Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Jamie Goggins and I'm joined by Magdalena Hadjikevich, and we're here to present the This is Engineering Film Festival screening. So it's our first year, the inaugural film festival screening. It comes from the This is Engineering competition that was run for third level students in Ireland in it. So what we've done is there's a judging panel who's picked the top 10 short films from that This is Engineering competition. All the films have to be 60 seconds or less, explaining engineering to school children. So the competition was run as part of Engineers Week 2021. It's free to enter for all students registered on engineering degree programs in third level institutions on the island of Ireland. So we had great interest in it. Fantastic videos, all a lot of different diversity, different approaches, different messages, and so on. With entries from 9 third level institutions on the island of Ireland, spanning from all the way down the southeast, Waterford IT, up to IT Carlow, up to the capital city, UCD, DCU, up north to Ulster University, over northwest to IT Sligo, west to GMIT and NUI Galway, and to the midwest of UL. So very good spread across the country from different institutions. The judging panel, we're looking for original, imaginative and engaging videos that arrest, entertain, provoke thought and showcase engineering to children in there. What's on offer for those videos today? Well, the prize money is on offer. It was originally €700, which is kindly sponsored by Engineers Ireland West Region Committee, but we've actually increased that to €800 thanks to the generosity of the Engineers Ireland West Region Committee. The entrants have uploaded their short films onto their own social media accounts. So for example, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. They're allowed to use different forms, whatever they wanted in terms of how the video looked. It could be a vlog, an animation, live action, graphical, video montage in there. So you'll see from the shortlisted short films that people have used different approaches. So what we're going to do is we're going to first screen the top 10 short films as decided by our judging panel, starting with those that were targeted primarily at the primary school children, so from 5 to around 12, 13 years of age. Then we will show the secondary school ones, or those targeted secondary school ones. So once we have shown the top 10 short films that were selected by the judging panel, I will then announce the winning films in the This is Engineering 2021 video competition. So without further ado, I'll start to bring up the films. Okay, so our first short film that's been shortlisted is by David Burns, who's studying at the Institute of Technology in Carlow. So according to David, the film is designed to get the younger generation excited about the prospects of being an engineer through bright and colourful animation. Explores the different fields of engineering to broaden the audience view of what engineers have to offer. So the video showcases a diverse selection of engineers to show that this is a field open to absolutely anyone. So over to David for his film. Right.
Without engineering, we wouldn't have any of these things. But what exactly is engineering? Engineers are responsible for society's biggest achievement. Without them, the world would be a much different place. There are 4 main pillars of engineering: civil, mechanical, electrical, and chemical. Civil engineers are responsible for the cities and towns we live in. Every single structure and process needed for humans to live comfortably and efficiently. Mechanical engineers started the Industrial Revolution with the invention of the steam engine. Today, they create mechanisms that are still pushing us further into the future. When electrical engineers and mechanical engineers get together, we get some incredible things such as robots and cars. Electrical engineers work with circuits and wires, but also the computer playing this video. Chemical engineers are the ones you'll find in the laboratory. They create your food, medicine, and a whole range of things that benefit society. There's a whole world of engineers out there. They need your help. You too can be an engineer.
Okay, so that's the first film that's been shortlisted by David Burns, who's studying at the Institute of Technology, Carlow. So the second film that's been shortlisted is by Darren Costello, who's studying sustainable energy engineering at Waterford IT. So this film was inspired by Darren's son and his niece, Darren reflects how watching them achieve the impossible every day made him realize that that's what the world needs. So basically adults who still believe in their dreams and who learn the skills to achieve them. So over to Darren.
With more than 7 billion people living on the planet, it is a challenge to find ways of living sustainably together. But engineers are people who think everything is possible. Engineers are people who dream big, and so are children.
When a baby wants to crawl, they learn how. To walk, they find a way. If they want to go to the moon, they figure something out. We need engineers to find new and better ways to live and experience the world together.
Children find ways to make the impossible possible. The world needs more adults who think and dream like children. Become an engineer and dream like a child.
Okay, so that's our second video that's shortlisted by Darren Costello, who's studying sustainable energy engineering at Waterford IT. On to our next film. So our next film is by Pietra Kirchgeg, who's studying biomedical engineering at Galway Mayo Institute of Technology. So the video is intended to introduce the younger generation to the subject of engineering. The project focuses on the basics of this field, providing a brief description and explanation of the functions and impact of an engineer's work on the world around us. So according to Pietra, it's the 60-second animation explains the selected and most important issues related to this topic, as it would not be possible to present such an extensive topic in a short production. So we decided to focus on a pictorial presentation of the processes from the initial problem to the final process of implementation of a given solution. So over to Pietra.
Hi everyone, I will show you what is engineering. First of all, who is an engineer? An engineer is a person that creates something, solving problems, big and small. We have two cities, City A and City B, that are separated by a river. First, we need to ask as many questions as possible. What is the problem? How can we solve it? Secondly, we imagine a list of solutions. We can use a catapult, build a bridge, use a teleport, or build a plane. The third step is to create a prototype, an example of how the bridge will look. For this, we can use Lego bricks. The fourth step to our solution is to see if we can improve it. We can make it safer and stronger using different materials. The final step is to build it. We will need to stay here for the process to see if everything works.
Okay, so that's third video by Pietra. It's the target of primary school children. So we're now on to our fourth shortlisted short film, which is by Malachy McGee, who's studying a BSc in biomedical engineering at Ulster University. So Malachy tells us that he is always exploring different avenues for his niece and nephew's futures, especially the girls, showing that the STEM is for everybody, inclusive, but also fun. His niece and nephews are aged between 6 and 19, so he asked them what they thought engineering was and tailored his video around this. Malachy puts it nicely when he says, sometimes engineering is perceived as complicated and deters children, so this video removes some prejudices by showcasing kids enjoying engineering. It makes them think engineering is not just sending someone to the moon or designing a Formula One car, but everything around us. So over to Darren and his family. Sorry, Malachy and his family.
So what is engineering?
Engineering is solving problems and for girls. Engineering is electrical.
Engineering is biomedical and all things science.
Engineering is making roads, bridges and airports.
Engineering is mechanical and teamwork.
Engineering is computer design and hard work. Engineering is fun for everyone.
Okay, so another great video by Malachy and his nieces and nephews. So now we're on to the fifth shortlisted video, which is aimed at kind of upper primary school, lower secondary school level. So it's by Warwick Al-Numani, who's studying mechatronic engineering at IT Sligo. So Warwick believes that in engineering, you don't need to know what engineering is or how you become an engineer. All you need to know is what you can do with it. He believes that this is the biggest motivating factor when it comes to choosing your field of study. Warwick's video presents examples of what engineers work on in the field and how engineers are the ones shaping the world that we're living in today. So over to Warwick. Okay, so that's our first 5 videos that have been shortlisted in there. So now we move on to the next 5 videos that are shortlisted. And these videos are more targeted at secondary school pupils in there. So Magda is going to introduce these videos. Over to you, Magda.
Thanks, Jamie. The first video in the secondary school category is by Jamin Alice, who is studying biomedical engineering at Ulster University in Jordanstown. Jamin's video is targeted at secondary school pupils who are considering engineering as a career path, or students who haven't gotten a significant amount of exposure to engineering and its fundamentals. So according to Jamin, the message she's trying to convey is that engineering is a fantastic field which can help people and the world around us. Engineering can form a creative mind as well as a passion to discover new things and solve everyday problems. So please watch the video by Jamin.
What is engineering? Well, one of the most famous engineers of our time, Elon Musk, describes engineering as the closest thing to magic to exist in the world. Although it is quite difficult to give a specific definition to engineering due to its vast nature, engineering at its core is essentially using scientific principles alongside critical thinking to discover, develop, and design. Think about it, the world's tallest building looks nothing like the world's fastest car, but they're both the result of combining scientific knowledge, creativity, and abstract thinking. We as engineers get to investigate deeper into the things that already exist, as well as create things that have never existed. This is engineering.
So this was a video by Jamin Alice who is studying biomedical engineering at Ulster University, Jordanstown. Our next video in the secondary school category is by Aidan Lee, who is studying mechanical engineering at University College Dublin. In his video, Aidan asks whether you're considering doing engineering because you like maths and physics. Aidan showcases how these subjects can be applied in engineering and gives you a little glimpse of his own engineering course. Enjoy.
You might be interested in going into engineering if you're interested in maths and physics. But how are maths and physics actually involved in engineering? In engineering, you'll use maths to predict how much something will bend when you put a force on it. You'll even use physics to find out how much electricity you can make from the energy of hot steam. During my course in UCD, I've used engineering, maths and physics to design a paper bridge that I could stand on, a sports car's turbocharger turbine, and a 3D printed titanium hip. A big part of engineering is dynamics, which basically means things that move. I'm now using video game physics to study dynamic models. There's also other cool things like material science, creating and choosing materials, and thermodynamics, where you'll learn about using heat to move cars or make electricity. If these are the kind of things that interest you, I think you'll have a great time in engineering.
So this was the video by Aidan Lee, who is studying mechanical engineering at University College Dublin. The next video is by MaREI O'Donnell, who is doing an aeronautical engineering course at University of Limerick. MaREI suggests that the world around us explains engineering very well and that the future is inspired by engineers. She suggests that anyone can dream it, but engineers can create it. MaREI asks students to open their eyes to the exciting world of creativity made for the brave and the bold.
Do you think it's for people who are addicted to maths, spending hours upon hours stuck inside doing equations, sums, and getting frustrated? No, it's so much more than that. It's this, and this. Inspired?
So look around yourself and begin to wonder, what isn't engineering? Engineering is for the passionate, the brave, the bold, the people who want to step outside the box and bring the future to the present. And that person could be anyone. It could be you.
So this video was by MaREI O'Donnell from Aeronautical Engineering at University of Limerick. And the next video is by Claudia George, who is studying Chemical and Bioprocess Engineering at University College Dublin. According to Claudia, the video encourages the viewers to think of their daily routine to understand that engineering is an inherent part of life. Claudia showcases the world around us, which has been shaped by the advances in engineering. There are numerous examples of incredible engineering that can be identified in our own homes. This was the video by Claudia George, studying Chemical and Bioprocess Engineering at University College Dublin. And our final video in the secondary school category is by Sophie Cassidy, who is completing a master's in Mechanical Engineering at University College Dublin. The video outlines work Sophie has done for her thesis project. She identified a problem while she was working with a company called Food Marble. The video highlights her engineering, where she uses creativity and curiosity to find solutions to problems.
An engineer is someone who wants to know how and why things work. But there's more to it than that. An engineer also designs and builds things to solve specific problems. That's me. My name is Sophie, and I'm a mechanical engineering student in UCD. My thesis is the perfect example of what engineering is all about. Food Marble are a company who have created a height and breadth analysis device. When I was working with Food Marble, I noticed a problem with their product. There's no way to control the speed of the flow in the device, and this may be affecting the device's performance. I took this problem and decided I would come up with a solution as part of my thesis. I designed a basic valve that would control how fast the fluid moves through it. I wrote a genetic algorithm which performed tweaks and modifications to optimize my original design. In this way, I could create a valve that would perform exactly how I wanted it to. Using this clever engineering design approach, the valve could be modified to produce whatever flow rate is needed at the outlet. This means the valve I've created does not just solve Food Marble's problem, but it acts as a solution for a range of problems. Engineering is all about using creativity and curiosity to create solutions to problems.
Okay, that's the 10 shortlisted films in there. So I think exciting part now, Magda, you're going to announce the winners?
Yes, so we will now announce the winning short films in the This is Engineering Film Festival 2021. And as you already heard, we have two categories, videos targeted at children between 5 and 12 years, and the second category targeted at children between 13 and 18 years. So as Jamie mentioned earlier, the judging panel were looking for original, imaginative, and engaging videos that arrest, entertain, provoke thought, and showcase engineering to children. The judges commended the entrants on the very high quality of their short films, and the prize money has been increased from the original 700 to 800, thanks to the generosity of Engineers Ireland West Region Committee, who have sponsored this event.
Okay, so we're going to do it in two categories. First, announce the category 1, which is the films targeted at the children aged between 5 and 12 years of age.
So in a break from the norm, we have chosen two winners in this category, not just because of their brilliance, but also their marked differences. Each of our winners will get 200 prize money. So the first joint winner is Piotr Kirschke, who is studying biomedical engineering at Galway Mayo Institute of Technology. The judges commended Piotr for his use of animation to engage, entertain, provoke thought, and showcase engineering to children. Piotr showed the importance of creativity in engineering and how engineers use their skills to solve problems and improve our everyday lives. So let's watch the video by Piotr once more.
Hi everyone, I will show you what is engineering. First of all, who is an engineer? An engineer is a person that creates something, solving problems, big and small. We have two cities, City A and City B, that are separated by a river. First, we need to ask as many questions as possible. What is the problem? How can we solve it? Secondly, we imagine a list of solutions. We can use a catapult, build a bridge, use a teleport, or build a plane. The third step is to create a prototype, an example of how the bridge will look. For this, we can use Lego bricks. The fourth step to our solution is to see if we can improve it. We can make it safer and stronger using different materials. The final step is to build it. We will need to stay here for the process to see if everything works.
The second joint winner in the first category is Darren Costello, who is studying sustainable energy engineering at Waterford Institute of Technology. The judges commended Darren for the inspirational words that both children and adults can relate to. Children are natural engineers who use their imagination and creativity to investigate, learn, and solve problems every day. And in order to tackle the challenges our world is currently facing, we need more adults who dream big and use their skills to make these dreams come true. Let's watch Darren's video once more.
More than 7 billion people living on the planet. It is a challenge to find ways of living sustainably together. But engineers are people who think everything is possible. Engineers are people who dream big, and so are children.
When a baby wants to crawl, they learn how. To walk, they find a way. If they want to go to the moon, they figure something out. We need engineers to find new and better ways to live and experience the world together.
Children find ways to make the impossible possible. The world needs more adults who think and dream like children. Become an engineer and dream like a child.
once more, congratulations to Darren and Piotr for their winning videos.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, very tough competition there. Two very worthy winners in that. So with that, we'll move on quickly to our category 2, which is the videos targeted at secondary level. We can't call them children because some are now adults, but are adults in secondary level, but those that are aged between 13 and 18 years of age.
So in this category, we will award first, second, and third prizes of value 200, 150 euro respectively. And in fact, we have 2 joint third prizes. And the first joint third prize winner is Jamin Alice, who is studying biomedical engineering at Ulster University. The judges commended Jamin for a very clear explanation of engineering as a combination of scientific knowledge, creativity, and abstract thinking, but did note that Elon Musk is not a qualified engineer. Let's watch video by Janice.
What is engineering? Well, one of the most famous engineers of our time, Elon Musk, describes engineering as the closest thing to magic to exist in the world. Although it is quite difficult to give a specific definition to engineering due to its vast nature, engineering at its core is essentially using scientific principles alongside critical thinking to discover, develop, and design. Think about it, the world's tallest building looks nothing like the world's fastest car, but they're both the result of combining scientific knowledge, creativity, and abstract thinking. We as engineers get to investigate deeper into the things that already exist, as well as create things that have never existed. This is engineering.
And the second joint third prize winner is Claudia George, who is studying chemical and bioprocess engineering at UCD. The judges commended Claudia for fun and colorful video showing us how engineering makes our everyday lives possible. The second prize winner in the secondary school category is Aidan Lee, who is studying mechanical engineering at UCD. The judges commended Aidan for explaining the importance of maths and physics in engineering. Aidan showed us examples of some really cool projects that he has done as part of his engineering course. Let's see that again.
You might be interested in going into engineering if you're interested in maths and physics. But how are maths and physics actually involved in engineering? In engineering, you'll use maths to predict how much something will bend when you put a force on it. You'll even use physics to find out how much electricity you can make from the energy of hot steam. During my course in UCD, I've used engineering maths and physics to design a paper bridge that I could stand on, a sports car's turbocharger turbine, and a 3D printed titanium hip. A big part of engineering is dynamics, which basically means things that move. I'm now using video game physics to study dynamic models. There's also other cool things like material science, creating and choosing materials, and thermodynamics, where you'll learn about using heat to move cars or make electricity. If these are the kind of things that interest you, I think you'll have a great time in engineering.
And now we are moving on to the first prize winner in the secondary school category. Mary O'Donnell, who is studying aeronautical engineering at UL. The judges commended Mary for her inspirational video, seeding the passion for engineering and showing that there is much more to engineering than just hard work. There is a reward for thinking outside the box, and the reward is the amazing world around us. Let's see the video by Mary.
Do you think it's for people who are addicted to maths, spending hours upon hours stuck inside doing equations, sums, and getting frustrated? No, it's so much more than that. It's this, and this. Inspired?
So look around yourself and begin to wonder, what isn't engineering? Engineering is for the passionate, the brave, the bold, the people who want to step outside the box and bring the future to the present. And that person could be anyone. It could be you.
Congratulations to all our winners.
Very good, yeah. So well done, everybody. Great again, as I said, fantastic entries. Difficult for the judges to get down to the shortlist of 10. Huge diversity in what was submitted, different approaches, different messaging, and so on. But really good. So well done to all the prize winners today. Just a few thank yous in there that I'd like to extend. So extend thank you to Magda for helping co-host this event, but also to all the judging panel for their generosity of their time that they gave to judging it. As I said, it was very difficult to choose the winners, not just due to the high quality of standard of the short films, but also their diversity and differences as well. And of course, for the team at Engineers Ireland and Clyde Road at the headquarters for their support in promoting the competition. As well as that, the heads of schools and administration staff and all the third level institutions on the island of Ireland for promoting the This is Engineering competition to all the students. As I said, there's great interest from the competition from students as far as southeast, from Waterford to the north, Ulster to the northwest, midwest, west and midwest. So we had 9 third level institutions on the island of Ireland: Inter from Waterford IT Carlow, UCD, DCU, Ulster University, IT Sligo, GMIT, INUI Galway, and UL. Of course, I better thank the Engineers Ireland West Region Committee for sponsoring the prizes, for generosity of sponsoring the prizes. This is our first year, the inaugural year of the This is Engineering competition and the Short Film Festival. So we plan to run the competition again in 2022 and would love to get entries from students in all third level institutions on the island of Ireland who are doing an engineering degree program. So watch out for the announcement of next year's This is Engineering video competition in early 2022, which will be part of Engineers Week 2022. So I think with that, from myself and Magda, I'd like to thank everyone here today for joining us for the This is Engineering Film Festival. And once again, I'd like to congratulate our winners of the This is Engineering 2021 video competition. All the best.